There is also within this meeting 2 hearings. The first hearing will be on the tax rate, and the second hearing will be on the budget. So, wherever you think it's more appropriate to speak, I would ask you on any of those to keep your comments to 2 to 3 minutes in consideration for people's time.
2 to 3 minutes to address a $100 million budget. In all fairness, little King Felton only makes $117,000 a year, and for that piddly little son, surely you don't expect more than 2 to 3 minutes of his attention. Last year, the judge asked to limit comments to 3 to 5 minutes, and it only goes to show you, the more shady stuff that your government is involved in, the less receptive they are to hear about your opposition to their shady shenanigans. This was the second public hearing. According to the newspaper, at the first public hearing, nobody showed up to speak. That's just the way King Felton likes it. I think it warrants mentioning here that these public hearings were not held because Scott Felton is a benevolent dictator, or because he's interested in transparency, or not even because he wants to know what the public has to say. These are required by statute. In other words, they can't take in more money, i.e. raise taxes, unless they have a public hearing. If they weren't taking more money from you, they're not required to have the public hearing, and I'm pretty sure Scott Felton wouldn't have a public hearing if he didn't have to. I know somebody's going to say, well, but they lowered the tax rate. We'll get to that in just a minute. One more thing first.
The only other thing I guess we should point out would be that on Friday morning at 9 o'clock here in the Commissioner's courtroom, y'all will meet to vote on the budget and on the tax rate.
So on Tuesday, they tell the public that at 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday, they're going to vote to approve the budget and the tax rate. You can imagine maybe somebody might have taken off work to be there because they wanted to speak in public comments, but you know what? They didn't even have that meeting. Remember, the county judge only makes $117,000 a year, and I guess it's unreasonable to expect any level of competency from him.
$140, which is 3.69% of increase. Of that, $2 million of that was revenue raised from new property that went on the tax rolls for the last year. So the balance of about $500,000 was what went up on existing commercial and residential property.
There you have it, right from King Felton's mouth. They're going to take $2.6 million more from taxpayers than they did last year. That's a tax increase, and that's why they have to have the public hearing. Your government sincerely appreciates your inattention and indifference.